Training Empowerment. Module Boost Your Potential. I'm Jacobien Geuze. I'm trainer, coach and consultant, and it's nice for me to meet you here. This training consists of two parts. The first one is using your potential. The second one, your natural power. Afterwards, you will be aware of growth opportunities and your natural strengths within your company. You are on the move. You're developing and curious for more. That's important as an entrepreneur, to keep moving and developing yourself, because you are your company. Personal leadership is a key factor. Good leaders are self-aware and are managing themselves. So let's start. We start with part 1, about your potential. There are doers, thinkers and feelers. I like to look at people that way, from their potential, from the idea that we can all act, we can all think, we can all feel. Effective people use all these aspects. At the same time, in every phase of your development, it's important to integrate these parts of yourself and to connect them. That gives alignment, the feeling of being aligned. What you do then fits your norms and values and your capacities and gives energy and satisfaction. I take myself as an example. My tendency is to want to understand everything. I'm quite a good thinker, I believe, and I'm also good at feeling. So when I'm faced with a question or a challenge, I run the risk of getting stuck in my thinking and feeling. And then I do not move at all. I do not take any action because I want to be sure that I'm making the right choice. Thus, I keep myself imprisoned in my thinking and feeling, like in an impasse. So now, let's take a closer look at your potential. Take some time to think about the following questions. How would people describe you? As a doer, a thinker, or a feeler? What do you do under stress? More and less. Because in stress you are acting from your strong side. And what does this say about your possible focus in your entrepreneurship? So, what do you want to develop? I also like to dwell on wanting. This part of our capacity is often forgotten, but it's about being aware of your needs, now and in the longer term. This is also important when it comes to choosing your goal or direction. Your development often lies in the least developed part of your potential. So now decide for yourself. Is it in wanting, doing, thinking or feeling? And how would you like to pay more attention to this in the near future? What will you do in concrete terms? Stop this video for a moment if you want to answer these questions for yourself. Okay, this concludes part 1 of this training. We will continue with part 2, your natural power. Where does your natural power lie? You want to know that because then you will know how to use your potential optimally in your company. That will keep your energy and motivation high. We're going to find out how that works. Everything is constantly changing and moving. This happens through natural growth movements. These are also called growth curves or S-curves. You can see the seasons in this, as it were. Below this curve, spring begins, followed by summer, autumn and winter. You can recognize a slow start, slow and faster growth and a decrease of growth energy at the top. You can imagine a seed that comes out of the ground, grows, develops as a plant, drops the seed itself, and thus a new curve is created. These growth movements follow natural laws. In business ecology, you look at your company and yourself through these glasses. You can determine what phase your company is in and discover where your own natural energy is. How you naturally add value to a process. Let us first look at the phases of a company. When an idea is born, there's a lot of energy, but often not much direction. Let's take the idea of easy, accessible and sustainable plant energy. The idea slowly takes shape and becomes a concept. For example, energy extraction from seaweed. In the concept phase, it becomes clear how and where this could be done. Next, the plant takes on a more concrete form. It gets hands and feet. For example, by developing a test site or a test form. This is developed further in line with market demands and circumstances. Structures and processes are developed and tested and measured. Finally, profit optimization follows. And later, innovation and a new curve begins. At the bottom of the curve, there's a starter's energy. In the upper half, finisher's energy is needed. Everyone has a favorite spot on this curve. I, for example, come into my own best in the concept phase. If someone comes up with a first idea, my head starts spinning and I get all sorts of associations. But there are also people who constantly come up with new ideas. That's more spring, bottom of the curve. Or who are better at setting up structures and making things work. Summer. Testing processes, services or products. Autumn. Or optimizing winter. I've got a few questions for you. If you think about these phases now, do you recognize yourself more as a starter or as a finisher? When does your entrepreneur's energy start flowing? And when does it drain away? What is it your natural position on the curve, do you think? As in a relay race, when would it be better to pass the baton on to someone else? When would you better hire someone else? What do you spend a lot of time on in your business? And what does it cost you in terms of energy? Where is your business now on the growth curve? And what does it take to get into the next phase of your business? Do you get energy from it yourself? Or can you use other people, other entrepreneurs to support you? Take some time to think about this and write your answers down. Okay, good work. To summarize now, what you have learned in this training is what you have already developed of your potential and where your personal growth opportunity lies, where your company stands on the growth curve, where you are at your most powerful, at your strongest and most energetic. Hold on to that. And how your natural strength and contribution matches the phase of your company. Do you want to develop further on this basis? Find people who easily do what you find most challenging. Think about doing, thinking, feeling and wanting. And get inspired. Or call someone, now or later. Ask your roommate, colleague, mentor. Make connections and make it work for you. Success!